My name is Florence. I'm 45 years old. I have a husband. His name is Ronald. He is 47 years old. Ronald and I have been married for 20 years. We have a lovely son. His name is Michael. I am a businesswoman. I built a billion-dollar company from nothing. I worked hard every day. Everyone said I was lucky. They called my husband Ronald the perfect man, but I just found out the truth. Ronald has a secret family. He has one 12-year-old daughter with another woman. Now, I'm dying from cancer. I have only 3 months left. And I'm going to make sure Ronald gets nothing. The doctor looked at me with sad eyes. He said, "Miss Florence, you have blood cancer. Late stage." My head buzzed, but I stayed calm. I asked, "How long do I have?" The doctor pushed up his glasses. He said, 3 months with basic treatment, maybe 6 months with stronger treatment. I nodded. I said, "Okay." I walked out. Ronald rushed to me. He said, "Florence, my love, what did the doctor say?" His eyes looked so worried. I stared at his face, the face I'd loved for 20 years, from a poor storage worker to a rich CEO. I thought I knew everything about Ronald. I was wrong. I said, "Nothing serious, just low blood sugar." I did not tell him the truth yet. Ronald looked surprised. Maybe he expected me to cry. He said, "Let me drive you home. You need to rest, Florence. Your health matters most." The whole drive, Ronald talked and talked about our love, about our hard times together. I didn't hear anything. I kept thinking about what I'd seen 30 minutes ago. We were in our living room. Ronald went upstairs to our bedroom to pick up his car keys. He left his phone on the table. I picked up Ronald's phone by accident. The screen turned on. A family photo. Ronald, a teenage girl, a middle-aged woman. They were all smiling. They stood in front of a lake house. The lake house I bought him 3 years ago. He said he went there to relax. This was his idea of relaxing. I froze. I couldn't breathe. 18 years. I worked day and night building our wealth. He had another family the whole time. My heart broke. I had never seen my husband's phone before. I trusted him, but he broke my trust. That night, I texted my assistant. I said, "Find out everything about a woman around 40 with a teenage daughter connected to Ronald. Fast." The next morning, she called. She said, "Her name is Linda. She's 41 years old. She worked at your company 18 years ago. She left the job when she had a baby girl named Anna Ronald." My heart stopped. Anna Ronald, his last name. I said, "Did you check the DNA?" She said, "Yes, 99.99%. She's definitely his daughter." My hand shook. I said, "Where did he get the money for the lake house?" She said, "Ronald bought it 4 years ago. It's in Linda's name. He sends her $5,000 every month. Anna's private school costs $90,000 a year. He pays everything." I could not believe what I just heard. $90,000. That was my profit for 3 months. Money I almost died earning. I said, "Send me the files and call my lawyer now." My lawyer arrived quickly. I gave him my medical report. Then I gave him the files about Ronald, Linda, and Anna. The lawyer hit the table. He was very angry. He said, "That bastard." I said, "I know. Don't waste time. I need to make my will." I looked at him. I said, "All my money goes into a special fund. Only my grandchild gets it." He froze. I said, "Only the child of my son, Michael, can inherit. I don't care if Michael is married or not. Just check the DNA." The lawyer said, "But Michael isn't married yet, and he's—" I looked into his eyes and said, "Write it exactly like I said." He nodded. I said, "You manage the money until my grandchild turns 25. Before my son and grandchild get the money, nobody else can touch it, especially not Ronald, and especially not his secret daughter." The lawyer smiled. He said, "Don't worry. As long as I'm alive, nobody will break this." That night, I told Ronald the truth. I said, "I have last-stage cancer. 6 months at most to live." Ronald cried. His eyes filled with tears. He said he'd take me to America for treatment. I smiled and said, "Okay." After that, Ronald became the perfect husband. He came home on time every day. He cooked healthy soup. Ronald tried to make me happy. He took me to the doctor. He took care of my medicines. He even bought me a black Ford car. Ronald said, "My dear wife, when you get better, we'll drive around the world." I looked at him with love. Inside, I laughed. I thought, great acting. Ronald even sold the lake house, but his other family was still there. My assistant told me Linda and Anna moved to a better apartment. The rent was $3,000 a month. Ronald paid it. Anna, his daughter, went to a more expensive school. Ronald visited them more than before, just more secretly. He thought I was too sick to notice. Every day Ronald played his role perfectly. Sometimes I almost believed him. But then I remembered the photo. I remembered his daughter, and I felt nothing but anger and hate. 2.5 months passed. I got weaker. Ronald got more caring. Then one day Anna, his daughter, came to visit. Her mother sent her to check on me. Anna looked at our house with greedy eyes. She said, "Dad talks about you all the time." I said, "Does he?" Anna smiled. 3 weeks later, I died peacefully. At my funeral, Ronald cried like his world ended. 1 month later, Anna showed up at the lawyer's office. She had a DNA test. She wanted her money. The lawyer smiled. Ronald's face turned white. The lawyer said, "I'm sorry. Miss Florence will says only Michael's child can inherit her wealth." Anna slammed the DNA paper on the desk. She said, "This proves I'm Ronald's daughter." The lawyer nodded. He said, "Yes, but you're not Michael's child. Michael is Miss Florence's only son." Silence. Ronald finally understood. Florence knew everything. She made sure he and his secret family would never see $1. Ronald and his daughter left the lawyer's office. Ronald realized he had lost everything to the wife he had betrayed. Her revenge was perfect. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.